Hi, this is Joe again with another review. For the sake of this video, we'll be discussing the 2015 film Trumbo, starring Bryan Cranston. Of course, this movie is based on the life of Dylan Trumbo, who, those of you who don't know, he was a Hollywood screenwriter who, pretty successful Hollywood screenwriter in 1947, and he ended up, testifying in front of the Un-American, committee that's trying to weed out communism in the United States. And Trumbo was a part of the American Communist Party that took place during the started during the 1930s during the Depression, because they thought communism would be better because a capitalist system helped cause the Great Depression. So a lot of Americans thought that communism may be a better system for the United States than capitalism. That's what this is, an idealistic which system is better, the communist system or the capitalist system in terms of being successful. Well, we all know the communism wasn't successful because it took down Russia, after many years. So of course, naturally, Americans don't want that here, and they created a system to get rid of communists in the United States. And so Trumbo, and they put in a lot of Hollywood, because of stupid virus, they can't even get a haircut. So because of this committee, they were going after some Hollywood bigwigs, like John Wayne testified. A lot of Hollywood bigwigs testified in front of this committee. It was lasted for years and years and years until about 1972. This committee actually went that long, went that far, and eventually it was run by Senator McCarthy, and it was a junior senator, I think, from Wisconsin. And I actually did a history paper on McCarthy, and a term paper, I should say. And he said, "Oh, you're accusing people who aren't communists." And Trumbo was part of the Communist Party, and he got blackballed. Eventually, really from Trumbo's point of view, and he got blackballed in Hollywood because he was a communist. So what he did was he got hired by a third-rate picture movie studio who used to do what you call B movies in the 1950s, and he would write a screenplay, but it had somebody else take the credit for it, or he would make up a name so nobody would know who he was. Well, eventually there's some Hollywood big shot reporter, who was played by Helen Mirren, who found out that Hollywood studios were secretly hiring Trumbo, and which they didn't know because it was using other names, and other people pretending to be the names that Trumbo was using, so that and Trumbo would get a few bucks here, a few bucks there, $20 here, $500 here, $500 here, or $600 there, to help support his family. Because he lost his job, his wife couldn't get a job, his kids were too young to work, so he couldn't make an honest living because he wouldn't testify in front of Congress, and he was in jail for a couple months for contempt of Congress, and all this stuff was going on. So he moved the scheme that he would make up names for himself, and he would get credit for movies without using his actual name. And he did win 2 Oscars for using a fake name. One was for I know I'm drawing a blank on the 2 movies, but I think it was a summer play. No, Woman Holiday was one. No, I think it was Woman Holiday was one, and I forgot what the other movie was. They got an Oscar for. And he also got hired to do 2 movies using his actual name. One was Spartacus. Starring Kirk Douglas, because Kirk Douglas wanted him to polish up the screenplay a little bit, because Kirk Douglas didn't like the way the story was going for Spartacus, and so he hired Trumbo because he knew he needed the job and he liked Trumbo's work previously. So he hires him to polish up the script for Spartacus. This is Kirk Douglas' most famous film was Spartacus. He was in a bunch of other films during his long career. But anyway, when this Helen Mirren's character found out that Trumbo was hired to do Spartacus, or to help polish the script for Spartacus, she organized or helped organize a protest over Spartacus because no communist. You should not go see the movie because it's written by a communist and all this stuff. And meanwhile, it was one of the most successful movies that ever came out, and definitely the most iconic film of Kirk Douglas' career was this film. Well, Trumbo was polishing the script for Spartacus. He gets hired by Otto Preminger, who was a famous director. And for you fans of the Batman television show, it was one of, I think, 3 actors who played Mr. Freeze in the 1960s Batman television show. And he always goes, "That's wild, wild." He was a Mr. Freeze. He always says the word wild, wild, and laughs like crazy. He hired Dylan Trumbo to write the screenplay for the movie Exodus. But basically now about the formation of the modern state of Israel, starring Paul Newman. There was a movie starring Paul Newman, Ava Marie Saint, Jane Lee Cobb, and of course I previously reviewed that movie, so please check it out if you haven't seen that review of mine. And so he hired him to do Exodus, and of course Exodus was a huge hit. By the time Exodus came out, the protests of Trumbo and the Blacklist, he finally pretty much, even though it was like 1960, I think the movie came out, Exodus anyway, he pretty much ended the whole Blacklist thing. And since he came out in an interview saying that he was the one who wrote the screenplay for those 2 movies, and he won Oscars for the screenplays for 2 movies, and he wouldn't accept it because of the Blacklist. And it wasn't until he accepted one before his death, and then after he had passed away in the 70s, his wife accepted the other Oscar finally. But I thought it was an interesting story because it's like a story that's not been told very much in Hollywood with the Blacklist, because I think maybe because it was the Democrats, it was going. A lot of the Democrats was going after the communists and stuff. So maybe that's the reason. But that's one part of the history of Hollywood that hasn't been really explored that much. The Blacklist back in the 1950s. Maybe because people won't relate to it. But I thought this movie wasn't bad. It goes to how screenwriters try to finagle the system, try to buck the Hollywood system by using fake names so they can make money off of the screenplays during that time. Now they don't have to do it now because times are different now. Unless you happen to be Republican. If you happen to be Republican, you're not going to get a job. Now they have a different kind of Blacklist. I guess Republican or conservative screenwriters and actors. They have that Blacklist now. So there's a different kind of Blacklist today than they had back in the 1950s and 60s. But and for the movie Trump, I know I'm going on a tangent here, but the movie Trumbo, I didn't think it was too bad of a movie. At least it had a story, and it shows how Trumbo had to struggle to break him being blackballed. So that's my review of the movie Trumbo. It's good to do a less than 10-minute video. Please click on the video, please rate it, please subscribe to my channel, please forward this video onto your Facebook pages. You can check out all my reviews and on my YouTube channel at RowdyC.com, so WDY, and that's C.com. And the homepage of Rowdy Reviewer, Christy Moore, and please check out all of his videos on his website. Thanks for watching. Catch you next time.